Welcome back. Right, it is a big day, isn't it, for England as they take on Canada in the Women's Rugby World Cup final at a sold-out Allianz Stadium later. England aiming to win the World Cup for a third time. Let's join our reporter, Jacquie Beltrao. Jacquie, a very good morning to you. There's been plenty of expectation, hasn't there, on England throughout this tournament. Just explain, Jacquie, the significance of today and how much it would mean to this England squad if they can win that World Cup yet again.
Well, I think personally for all of them, the squad, it would be absolutely huge. But for English rugby, again, that would be, mission accomplished. This is something that they set their hearts on 4 years ago. We've got to, take it to Twickenham. We've got to sell it out, and we've got to win it. And it is sold out. 82,000 will watch this match today. You cannot get a ticket. And in fact, World Rugby said they could have sold this stadium out 3 times over against Canada. In terms of the opposition today, how tough is it going to be? I would say it's going to be very, very tough because a win today would be so significant for their opponents. They're much less well funded. They get a tiny amount of money for playing for the national team. A lot of the girls do play their rugby in this country in the Women's Premiership, but a lot of them don't. It is only sort of not quite amateur, but just a little bit beyond that, and they had to crowdfund to get the money to put them in this position to be able to be in this championship match. And for them, building rugby in their country is that they're not hanging on the coattails of the men's game. They are trying to build something from nothing, which is the women doing it on their own, from ground zero. So for them, it would be immense if they could win this title. I mean, you can't really underestimate what it would do for rugby in Canada if they were to win. But for the Red Roses, victory, well, it's everything. Only a win will do. They've been runners-up 6 times at a World Cup final. This is their 7th straight final. They won it, of course, in 2014 and in 1994. But, it's been a while, and they have got such an incredibly good crop of talented players. Ellie Kildunn, World Player of the Year, and she has this ability to bring out a moment of magic and change games, and they are definitely going to need her absolutely firing today because Canada have been the team of the tournament. They have played fearlessly. They have scored loads of tries. They've been a handful for everybody. I mean, they absolutely dispatched the world champions, the Black Ferns, so easily, and they just play with this sort of joyous, go for it kind of style that I think it's going to be a very tricky match today for England. But they are the most well-funded team in the world. As I said, victory will be what they're after today. Even getting to this final won't be good enough for them. And when John Mitchell, their coach, was put in charge 2 years ago, it was literally to win this. That was his mission, and they're unbeaten under him. Unbeaten in 2 years. But today is the big one. Everything has been building to this. And I think it's going to be pretty emotional for those players out there today to see Twickenham, to see it packed, to remember the days when women sort of, were laughed at for trying to play rugby and only, a few people turned up to watch with a dog. It's just so very different, and English rugby has done that by really getting behind the women's game, and the rest of the world is sort of following in their wake. So to win today, I think would be massive for women's rugby in this country. For little girls who see their brothers go out to play and think, "Oh, I'd like to do that." Well, they can. They absolutely can, and you can actually make a living out of it now. So I think it's important. But I mean, how exciting! It's just going to be a bit of a historic moment for the women's game when we see a packed Twickenham later on this afternoon, 4 o'clock. Amazing.